Thank you very much for coming.
Sure, thank you. I tell Stephanie I introduce myself, so I'm the Toastmaster. I would like to introduce Jung Jing. He joined the Toastmaster in 2009 in June. Last year in July, he earned his DTM, Distinguished Toastmaster, in about 4 years. Today, he will give a presentation from the Better Speakers series. This is one of advanced menu, very advanced menu. And this series specifically try to help the club member to understand how to become a better speaker. Therefore, in this particular speech, the time is 10 to 15 minutes. There's no oral evaluation. There's only written evaluation. Give a comment how to present better. Let's welcome Dr. Jung Jing. It's okay. The lights on.
Yeah.
How to turn? Yeah.
Actually, just give it a second.
Oh, okay. Concluding your speech, dear OHFA club member. Dear OHFA club members, this is my greatest honor to visit this club second time. Reason is because you guys are newborn baby for the Division H. Division H have 2 newborn baby. You're the first one, later on, down Tuesday, create another advanced club. Why I choose concluding your speeches? Because that is the place you make impact. You make impact. Everybody come here to be an audience. They either want to learn something or change their mind or take actions. That's how it works. You need to give them the impact. How we are going to achieve it? When you have your conclusion, you need to make sure audience have the feeling you are going to have a closure. You are going to have a closure. You need to prepare themselves. This reason, we say summary, we say in conclusion, whatsoever. Prepare them. Second of all, you must make an impact. I already said, people come to your lecture or your presentation, they need to learn something from you. Am I correct? You do the same thing. If you don't have a good conclusion, what happens? When they leave out the door, they forgot whatever you said. Do you ever have this kind of experience? Right after you leave the door, you forgot. That's the reason how important your conclusion is. You need to make impact. That's the last point for why we need to have conclusion. You need to watch the time. You do not want your conclusion too long. 5–10 minutes. I made a mistake. One speech, you can check on the YouTube. I say, I concluded. Then I take another 50% of my presentation. Later on, when I watch my YouTube, I was very confused too. I say, why this guy say he conclude, then take another 50% of the time? That makes sense. Also, if you did that way, 50% of the time, even 20% of the time, reach your conclusion, they don't think you're prepared. They really don't think you're prepared. Doesn't matter how long you prepare, because they know you cannot condense your presentation. Give a very clear, deliver very clearly what you're trying to convey. Agree? That's so important. Therefore, you are going to ask me, hey, Jung Jing, can you tell me some techniques? Can you tell me some techniques? Right? I share with you some techniques. Use quotations. For example, I tell you, for example, Stephanie or Eric, I say, hey, Thomas Edison says the genius is 1% of inspiration, 99% perspiration. Most of people know Thomas Edison. Most of people know this phrase. You connect it with the audience. Right? You agree, Eric?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I make myself stand next to the giant called Thomas Edison, the greatest inventor in the last century, right? Then I establish my authority. Also, I don't have authority, but since I stand next to Thomas Edison, I have the authority now. Understand? Some people will try to amuse the audience, tell the joke. Why we need to tell a joke?
If you don't engage your audience, they're going to stop listening.
100% right. Very good. Very nice. Right. This reason some person talk a joke or something, attract attention. And then dramatize your speech. This reason your hand gesture, facial, body movement works. Animated. That's the reason you see the drama. In the regular life, it doesn't work that way. Father don't talk to the son like this. But in the drama, they did that way. Because you dramatize your speech. People can remember. Understand that? Another technique is closing with a short story. For example, Jim, right? In his speech, if he give a short story, people might be remember longer. Why stories?
We worked for Jesus.
Wow, right. My gosh, you try to put yourself next to Jesus. Good, good technique. You are right. You make short story because story make you have 5 senses. Visualize, you can feel, you can touch, you can smell. Right? It goes through your mind, goes through the listener's mind. That's the reason you need, if possible, have a short story in your speech. Make it short. Nobody have a lengthy time to listen. they got bored. If they don't get what you said, their mind goes somewhere else. You lost them. You make sure. And then in the story, you reinforce your message. Conclusion technique is call action. For example, if today's speech is join the Toastmaster, lady, the newcomer, what's your name?
Crystal.
Crystal. For example, if I want to recruit her, my speech is recruit Crystal as a Toastmaster. The call action I will say, I believe in this audience, there's lady. If you believe today, you join the Toastmaster, bring the value to you. Just write the check. The man bring the cash. Just give to, who is the treasurer?
Ashley.
Yeah, Ashley. Just give to Ashley. Right now. I guarantee you will change. You see? These call for actions. Then in the trigger, you don't imply say, oh, later on she will understand, Crystal will understand there's a benefit to join Toastmaster, right? But I do not intentionally put you on spot, but since you're the only one, okay? We put the Crystal on spot, then really make her think. Sometimes $36 is cheap, plus $20 new members, 56. It's very cheap. Understand? So you call action, then you got result. Everything you need to have a result. Sometimes you can ask a rhetorical question. For example, I give to you. Right now, I will name the name. I say Eric. You cannot afford to join the Toastmaster club. Do you know why? For example, if the opportunity falling on your lap, and you do not have the skill to communicate, if you do not have a skill to listening well, opportunity fly away. Therefore, you cannot afford this. Therefore, you must join a Toastmaster club. See the point? You lure in the people. Then later on, in the conclusion, we also can refer to the beginning of the speech. For this speech, I said, you will change your speaking habit. You will change. This reason I give a better speech series, right? And in beginning, I said 3 things. Do you remember? Let the people know you are going to conclude. Second, make an impact. I keep going to say you always need to make impact, right? So I go back to the beginning. Then I keep going to tell you. I say, don't bother people 5 to 10% of your time, don't 50% of time. Then I give a story, right? I say I was stupid. I conclude that 50% of my time, right? I did say that. You see, these are blending together. I use a very short story, then I go back to the beginning. You see the technique I used? Closing technique. I just did. Did you realize? I did. What I did is I reinforce. You need to let the people know you are conclude. You need to make an impact. you only have 5 to 10% the anti-speech time to give your conclusion. Am I right? This means that you need to reinforce the main point. For example, I need to memorize my conclusion. I did. I end on time. Yes. Yellow card is shown. I will refrain, add new point. Never, never add new point. You confuse your audience. If Jing, after he gives his speech, he conclude add something else, people, audience say, do I miss something? Create confusion. If you drop something, forget that part. Just move on. Then people will remember. Conclusion. Yes, good speech at the beginning, but the greater speech is in the end. Conclusion. Whatsoever your speech is, you need to make impact. Impact. Therefore, you need to let the audience know when you are going to make a conclusion, and you need to make your conclusion in 5–10% of your anti-speech. That's my conclusion. Thank you very much. Toastmaster.
Thank you very much, Dr. Jing.
Sure.
I was so enthralled, I forgot I had a role.